I almost made that mistake again. Bruh. Okay, it looks like everything is up, ready, and correct. Whew. Oh, shit. I'd like to start the stream by beating the shit out of my controller. Sounds like a plan? Let's do that. I need to get a longer USB-C cord. I know exactly where to go to do that, but it is not yet done. Well, that's not good. That didn't work at all. Okay. Let's hope that the auto splitter doesn't shit the bed again this time. That was very messy last time. I was trying so hard to figure it out mid-run, and it wasn't working out. Wouldn't happen for me. Yeah, what's up, the Cosmic? Yeah. I mean, like, the funny thing about it is that normal mode is the optimal category if you're just trying to go as fast as possible. Because, like, easy mode has this funny little mechanic where as soon as you fill your ultimate meter, you go into ultimate. Or unlimited meter. So imagine if there was a category of Devil May Cry where as soon as you fill your devil meter, it just automatically goes into devil form. That's more or less the same thing. Or like if in God Hand or Samurai Western, as soon as the meter is full, boom. So, like, normal mode is basically easier than hard mode without taking away your ability to determine when you use your best tools. Yeah, it's pretty rough. But I mean, easy mode doesn't even vaguely try to harm you, though, so it doesn't even matter when you use unlimited mode on easy mode. So how is you today? You doing alright? Oh yeah? So funny thing about what I'm doing right now is that pretty much all of what I'm doing right now has nothing to do with anything. What I'm doing is not making it faster, it's not making it slower. The MC4 runs were dumb. That's fair. That game does seem to have a rather large amount of deciding whether or not it's going to behave. But I mean, I guess that's not a critique I'm allowed to make because God Hand can be the same way. More or less, I got nothing else to do right now. Like, this QTE wasn't necessary. The intro, so like, Asura's Wrath is very interesting in the fact that until it does the tutorial that teaches you what the rules of the game are, it doesn't actually expect you to adhere to any rules. So right now I don't have a limited amount of HP, I don't have any overheat, I don't have like any of the mechanics that we're going to be addressed with later, none of them have any bearing on anything right now. There are some QTEs where it'll just sit there until you push the buttons. But yeah, aside from that, I am not necessarily required to do anything at the moment. But for speedrunning purposes, it's worth noting that dodges are for fools. So this game actually has a really solid in-game timer, but the in-game timer is only for like action-related segments, and pauses completely in any cutscene based or QTE segment. And since there is actually like knowledge about like what QTEs you should and shouldn't do because certain ones are slow to do and how to save time that way. Come on, that should have been it. It kind of makes it dumb to use the in-game timer. So the worst thing about this run is that sound. That right there. But unfortunately, if you're going to be trying to skip the cutscenes, you're going to be hearing it a lot. Yeah, it's unfortunate. If there was a way to mod away that noise, given that I'm the only mod for this game, I would totally 100% make it allowed to mod that sound out of the game. Oh, come on, guys. That was messy. See, it only ends on a cliffhanger if you do the alternate version of episode 18, but yes, this is that game. So the attack I was just doing would normally put you into overheat state, but again, the game doesn't expect you to understand any of the rules because it hasn't taught them to you. I never put a time into the Lost episodes, no, but I mean, the DLC Part 4 I have. So, funny thing about Lost Episode 1 on Xbox One X, the Series S, and the Series X is it's not completable. And the reason is because there's a QTE that will kill you instantly if you fail it, and it moves too fast in a no-lag environment for you to be able to do it. Like, the only way that you'd maybe be able to do it is if you had a far better controller that can be mashed more effectively. But you're not going to do it with a first-party controller for sure. By the way, there's certain cutscenes that for whatever reason can't be skipped, and this is one of them. Well, it would involve all 4 face buttons, so I've yet to see a turbo controller that can do all 4 face buttons like that. I'm not going to say one doesn't exist, I'm just saying I've never seen that before. But it's so funny that, like, when you, like, the developers clearly understood that their game didn't work super well. No, that's not what I wanted at all. Could you please? Yo, good night, Allison. Have a good one. That was very, very poorly executed. But yeah, basically the idea is that you mash all 4 of the face buttons to counter Masats, and if you fail, you die. But in like with the original design, they knew that the 360 version lags like a son of a bitch, so there are some portions of the game that take that into account. In fact, in the main game, there's like a section where you're on like a space motorcycle with Yasha going through a tunnel that has like laser grids that pop up as you progress. And on the 1S, you get closer and closer to it before it actually comes out, which is not how it's supposed to function. The 1X actually runs even faster than this in like physical gameplay, or I say physical gameplay, but in the actual gameplay. It doesn't load faster, but for whatever reason you get even further along the line with those laser grids before they appear. It's very strange. Yep. Thanks, game. By the way, the inputs that I'm doing right now with all of the dive rolls to cancel out my combo so I'm not killing stuff too fast, this isn't particularly doable on the 360 because it is that laggy. Oh, hello. I am not pushing the correct button. So, the synchronized buttons that pop up, the sooner you press them, the sooner background loading can start. It's probably not as much of a consideration on the Series X, but there is a reason that I'm pushing them as soon as I possibly can. Excuse me? Stop it. Come on. That was egregious. I shouldn't have allowed that to happen at all. I'm pretty sure that happened my last time to try to do this category, though. I was doing this and the auto splitter fucked up like more than halfway deep into the run. It was pretty shitty. You're kidding. That was actually really, really, really sloppy, and I shouldn't have gotten away with it. So that was a boss, by the way. Vyzen has a desperation move that I had no interest in seeing because it's very slow. He like jumps up and like fires missiles at you that you would then like it would do a slowdown where it would give you the chance to QTE it back in his face, which is always the Y button, so I don't even know why they bothered to have a QTE. Hello? Please A button. But, it's slow. It gives you a lot of rage meter, which, by the way, like, pretty much none of this game, there's, like, a few sections where it's all about how much damage you're dealing, but most of this game is based on your rage meter. You fill up meter, you do your burst, and that finishes fights. No. I don't give a shit. Ah, that was actually really, really solid. So he also throws missiles at you. Again, the whole idea is you catch missile, and then you throw it back at him, but because it does a big slowdown animation and like it does all this presentation for you to actually throw it back, it gives you a shitload of meter, but it is very slow. In a lot of cases in this run, you really want to avoid doing big finishers, but again, on the 360, because of it being such a laggy environment, instead of going for optimal combat strats, you would go for more consistent combat strats. The PS3 is actually the optimal console if you're just looking for the gameplay to be as smooth as possible. And yes, that even includes the Series X. But it loads slow as balls, and it auto-saves as slow as balls. So, you lose like 27 minutes versus the 360. Just in like loads and auto-saves. Yeah, it's fucking huge. So right there I was rotating the left stick with right hand, pressing right trigger with left hand. Okay, it's actually kind of difficult to do the optimal combat strategy on this guy because it involves incomplete combos, and trying to get this game to behave is sometimes quite the mess. Yeah. Ah, god damn it. That was actually kind of optimal, that last hit to knock him away like that. This is another series of dodges that we're not going to do. Did you ever actually like play this one through, Cosmic? Because if you haven't, definite recommendation. Very, very good game. Yeah, dude, heavy recommendation. And the fact that it's available for purchase on Xbox makes it a lot easier to get access to. There we go, get that nice clean headbutt. God damn it. Wow, Yasha, you're not doing very well today, buddy. Yeah, so real talk, this game is a playable anime, up to and including the ad break in the middle. Oh no, yeah, Asura loses his arms repeatedly in this game. So the game is very much presented like an anime would be. Nope. Yeah. So big gorilla means big meter. Hitting multiples does give me more meter. That was extraordinarily good, holy shit. I'm not used to things going that well unless I'm practicing, you know what I'm saying? You're not allowed to have nice things unless it doesn't matter. Well, this is unfortunate. I don't have meter to make him stop doing that. That was very good. Dude, like, when I'm practicing a speed game, right, or when I'm playing a speed game in general, the two times that game misbehaves the most is A, when I'm doing runs, and B, when I'm actively trying to learn something. Like, if I'm testing out whether or not a strat works, that is, like, a guaranteed way to make the game hate me. Oh, god damn it. This is super, super messy. Oh, come on, dude. I'm totally doing the inputs. But yeah, QTE memorization is definitely a big part of this, but like a lot of people that aren't familiar with the game, aside from just like a casual glance, are under the impression that the entire game is nothing but QTEs, and that's definitely not true. But the run is very, very, very mash the skip button over and over. Good lord. Hello? Oh, god damn it. Okay. So I really, really wanted to do a big finisher on the very last one. See, the thing is that when you knock an enemy down, you can do a finisher on them, and it does big damage, good stuff, great. Problem is that if there's a group of enemies around versus just the one, then you'll do a different finisher. And the group finisher is not as efficient for meter. Oh, I don't know why I keep on forgetting you can't skip this part. So upcoming is one of the worst fights in the game, just in terms of, like, it's impossible to do it efficiently. So, him doing that action brings us to the center of the arena, which sucks shit because you really don't want the turtle in the center of the arena. Okay, this could have been really, really messy. So, it's, like, counter-logical by a bunch, but, you do more, you get more meter from the monkeys than from, god damn it, than from the turtle. I fucked that up. You're not allowed to do that. It's also worth noting that, like, each different, like, combat-related action is cancelable by some things, but not by others, and it's kind of interesting to note that, like, a dodge is cancelable into a jump, is cancelable into combos. Like, the overheat attack is cancelable into a jump, but not a dodge. So, like, each of them have, like, the different branches that they're allowed to cancel into and other branches that they're not. That was a very, very bad turtle, by the way.
What the hell are you doing?
I couldn't remember if that was up or right, so I was just circling the stick, because that works just fine. All three of you fuckers. See, that big finish was nice and all, but you see how it pushed him so far away from me? So this combat section coming up focuses more on doing damage and actually killing the targets. It's actually probably one of the most complicated combat sections in the game, because it's like from one fight to another fight to another fight to another fight. Fuck. Okay, so this is Asura punching himself into the sky, like you do. I mean, that's usually how I get around. I mean, I don't know about other people, but this is usually how I travel. I just decide I gotta go somewhere, and I punch the bitch out of the floor, and I fly in the general direction of where I'm going. So right now we really need to watch out for these missiles. And here, throwing them back is super useful if they hit the marks that they're supposed to. So these other various ships that are around, when they go down, they give you a bunch of meter. And what I mean by if they hit what they're supposed to is that the little ships that are flying up in your face can sometimes get in the way and catch one of those missiles at random, and it sucks ass because they aren't worth any meter at all. So you watch out for the missiles, you catch it, you throw it back, and you hit a fucking, like, pissant in the way. I should have been doing more aerial combos. So I can dodge roll and then cancel into that finisher, dodge roll, jump. Okay, that was actually very, very fortunate. Wow. Okay, neither of them did it. This is a group attack. That was actually really, really, really solid as well. I wasn't near the door, but I'll take that in comparison to how fucking good the combat was. And somehow I'm, like, basically full on unlimited mode meter, except it doesn't appear to be going up. Okay. That was weird. Sure, I'll take it. It doesn't matter. I'm not bothered. That was moderately unfortunate, actually. It would have gone better if the meter was displaying properly, though, so I guess there's that. We'll wait until those two guys get close enough, and then we pound the shit out of the whole group. Bruh. This is about as well controlled as this section has ever been. Oh, except for this part. This part sucks. Everything else was amazing, though. I'll take it. Slightly unfortunate, but whatever. Good lord, I hate it when the targeting does that. Okay, we should be able to hit him with this a couple of times. Asura tried to go the wrong way, that was pretty interesting. And that's the end of that fight. So there's only a few spots during all of this where your HP actually resets. So if you were to fuck up real bad early on, you could be in very, very, very bad shape. By the way, this game also features the best button of all time. It's the shut up button. So during certain scenes, like one of the boss enemies could go on some big monologue that you don't want to fucking hear, so it'll give you the option to push the B button, which is at that point labeled shut up. There's never been a better feature in any video game ever, and I refuse to accept any attempts at usurping that fact. Oh, also worth noting that this game has a mashing cap on the 360 version, which this still ostensibly is. So if you push button too fast, what you do is you drop inputs instead. The PS3 version has no such cap.
I grow tired of hearing about the world.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Is that for real though? Are you like actually tracking the release date of a Hello Kitty game? So it saves time to just let Asura stare at the titties. And we're going to very quickly finish this segment by flashing this woman my junk 4 times. And my junk must be really fucking impressive, because even on the 4th time, she looks so impressed and surprised. Either that or she's a really good actress. She understood the assignment. Pretend that the demigod's dick is amazing. There are other animations that you can do to get meter right there, but they're all roughly the same speed, i.e. very fucking slow, and they give different amounts of meter. That's just the most meter per frame. How did I save 7 seconds on push A to flash? You know, part of it was probably the fact that I didn't do the QTE. That's like 1.5 seconds. Maybe up to 2 seconds, I'm not really sure. So this combat section is really weird. I want to get as much meter as I can on this first group, but I do not want to kill all of them. It's just... it's the amount of effort that you get out of someone that's just looking to say that they have a world record in something. Because, like, the dude only did 2 attempts and acted like it was a big deal. I'm pretty sure the big one is over here. No, I'm wrong. Ah. Ah, God, everybody always makes that fucking mistake, me included. Yeah, sure, fuck it, I don't really have a better option right now anyway. Hopefully that'll push your summon cycle earlier. Yeah, they only actually did 2 runs. Yo, what up, Overkill? No. Stomp on me, dude. Hurry up. This bitch. God, this went so poorly. Yo, what's up, Tap? Yo, everybody's showing up today. I probably should have just gone ahead and did that QTE. That reaction command was very, very slow to fail on its own. It has to be a demonic turtle, otherwise I can't get off. Alright, can't skip this. Did I even save time this time? Oh yeah, I'm like another minute and a half ahead. Jesus. That wasn't even good! That was extremely bad. Nah, I can't skip the titties. I'm not sure I would have even if I could, you know what I mean? That's content. There's the shut up button. I love how we don't even give him the chance to start talking. That should be enough. It's not! Get caught, bitch. It's like a reminder, this was the main reason that I wanted to get an Xbox Series X, so that I could do better Asura's Wrath. What a fucking reason to spend $500 plus tax in a place where the taxes are actually kind of insane. Here it's like 10% plus depending on what city you're in. No, I'm running against somebody else's bad splits. Though there is some time save coming from the Series X. As I was telling Cosmic earlier, there are some techniques that can be done on this version. Or I say this version, on the Series X that cannot be done on the 360 because the 360 is a fucking lag monster. That should be fine. Yeah, that worked out. I should have dodged away before I did that, but I was arrogant. Yo, did you end up watching the Beautiful Joe run all the way through? I forgot how, like, upset T-Man was with that run at that point. But, to be fair to him, that was very, very bad. To be fair to him, that run was very much just fishing for good luck. And that can get extremely frustrating. But that run was, like, legitimately god tier. Oh, shit, damn it, fuck. Get out of here. But yeah, that run, like, watching that run really teaches you just how much boomerangs shred. Like, the consumable bomb and boomerangs are just absolutely insane when used correctly. That is true. But you did buy bombs, you just never used them. Oh. Okay. Ah! See, there is that single target finisher. My favorite facial expression in the game. It looks so dopey. So this section coming up right here is actually quite easy to accidentally die on in hard mode. I say accidentally as though people are intentionally dying on hard mode. Oh, whoops. I waited a little too long. Oh god, I left one alive. Fuck. That was very, very bad. So, these missiles on hard mode can actually totally shred. I'm not as worried about taking damage on normal, but I shouldn't ignore it entirely either, because when a large number hit, they can be surprisingly devastating. I know what you're thinking. What? Missiles hurt? Say it ain't so. You're probably not thinking that, but I'm gonna pontificate anyway because I've got fuck all else to do right now. That should do it. Yeah. Oh, right. So I'm like 2 minutes behind my last attempt at this point, by the way. Fuck. Okay. Bruh. Bro, come on. Yo, what? God damn it. Okay, I probably need to set a different match threshold for this split. So on the 360 version, I keep on saying on the version, but on the 360, for whatever reason, it reduces lag for Yasha to constantly throw these projectiles rather than to just run. And now it's just like such an ingrained habit that like I know it doesn't cause lag to not do it now, but I don't know, I'm programmed. For Screaming O'Brien? Hell yeah. What up, Pai-chan? How's, Jedi Survivor, I think is what that one's called? How's that treating you lately? Oh, I'm pretty sure that these are the guys that I do not want to harm, but I guess I could get meter. Ah, fair enough. God, the term bounty hunter in Star Wars video gaming, like, still has me triggered from the old, hell, I can't even remember what the fucking MMO was called. Galaxies, that one. No, the old one. Well, that shouldn't have happened at all. Well, this did not progress at the speed it could have, because I'm bad. God. So, like, Galaxies, a long time ago, before they added the ability to become Jedi at all, like, you know, people were waiting. Like, when are we gonna do the whole Jedi thing? So, eventually they added it in the most, like, dipshit manner possible, where, like, your character could become Force sensitive. Maybe. But they also might never become Force sensitive. It's possible that your character just might not have the capacity. And there's no way of knowing. And then, like, if you decide to spend, like, a few thousand years wandering around the deserts of Tatooine, you might be approached by a dude in a black cloak. If you are, in fact, Force sensitive. Do you know if you're Force sensitive? Nah. So you might just be wandering around the desert for 6 years for no fucking reason. And then after you meet this dude, you go on this list of randomized tasks that could lead to becoming a Jedi. After doing that, if you become a Padawan, then you are automatically added to multiple other players' bounty hunter lists. Now, why is that such a pain in the ass, aside from the fact that you're now being hunted down by players? Well, bounty hunters are fucking busted. That's why. They are already too strong, and now they're out to kill you. Oh, also, and this is the best part, your Jedi character can actually experience permadeath, whereas before becoming a Jedi, you can't. I'm pretty sure that got changed later, but god damn, the original iteration of it was like the worst thing ever. But to be fair, I am an old man bitching about an extraordinarily old game at this point. I mean, real talk, if you weren't trying to become a Jedi, the game was actually fun. But if you're stupid enough to try to become a Jedi, at least back then, horrible. Horrible video game. Stay away. I mean, if you get out of the Padawan phase and actually into, like, having proper Jedi powers, then you become extraordinarily busted. But, like, that's not even necessarily a good thing, because at that point you're so fucking powerful that the rest of the game kind of holds no meaning. Oh, no, right. Yeah, I mean, I understand part of it is that they didn't want the entire populace to become Jedi, and that makes sense. But, like, fuck, man, some of it was so bad. So, Tiny Yasha here is gonna pop a pimple on the face of the Brahmastra, and we're gonna barely be able to see where he has chosen to do that. So outside of hard mode, the upcoming fight is the only part of the game that actively tries to kill you. It's really not that threatening outside of hard mode, but it's still worth paying attention. Especially since not paying attention means going extremely slow. Okay, that shouldn't have happened. I cannot believe I let that take place. That was really, really bad. For the most part, you're right. There's a pretty spicy one at the end of the main game that's pretty decent. But aside from that, I would wholeheartedly agree. We refer to them as flight and freefall sections. Reminder that Yasha is left-handed. It matters because it makes memorizing his QTE easier. Because he's about to stance up and it's left stick up, right stick down.
Filthy beasts!
That should do it. Yas. Speaking of spicy, that's about as spicy as that can get. So doing the dodge that's about to come up will lose you 50 seconds. Continuing it all the way through can lose you up to 1.5 minutes. Basically, QTEs suck. Thankfully, though, the free fall sections are pretty short. Anyway, so this is Saya Asura. We're only gonna do one dodge because the rest of them are slow. God, that was spicy. Oh, up until this part, it was very, very, very good. So again, one dodge. And then we're going to get hit intentionally. So Yasha's about to go into this big monologue that lasts a decently long amount of time. And each dodge that you do builds up your meter. But they are slow. I have no idea what that emote is. Yo, how did that only save like 18 seconds? What? Critical Role. I don't believe I've ever dabbled. Though every time I see that name, I always think about this channel that I used to watch that featured Will Wheaton playing board games with random celebrity types. I believe I remember him playing Settlers of Catan with Ashley Birch, which is, maybe. Bruh. It's been a long, long time since I've watched. I don't really spend much time on YouTube. Like, outside of very specific channels. Though, what with Viv being a vehicle tech these days, there's a couple of channels that we watch called Mechanical Nightmare and Just Rolled In, where they show, like, bizarre instances of, like, someone brings in their vehicle and says something like, I hit a small rock on the highway, and then they raise the vehicle up and look at the undercarriage, and it looks like they hit a goddamn mountain. Oh wow, I actually lost time. How? I'm gonna have to look through that and see how I could have possibly lost time there. You know, I should probably know what that is then, because I did something similar to that for a panel at a convention once. Obviously not like a voice actor with a list of credits worth giving a shit about, but they have, like, people that are really solid at impressions do those kinds of things sometimes as well. At that con, like, people honestly thought that I was there with Gearbox, so that's something. I did not do that, but okay. Bruh, targeting, could you please? God damn it. I don't even know what hit me just now. Fucker! Okay, that's as much meter as I've ever gotten from this first section. Which is really important because this hallway is absolutely capable of fucking you over. Wow, dude. Okay. So that first section felt like garbage, but maybe it worked out, because this hallway can rob you of a lot of time. And the reason is because there's like stairs on both sides of it, but you can't actually walk on the stairs, and enemies can get like stuck in small little nooks that you can't go. It's really, really nasty if it goes. It doesn't usually go wrong like that, but it very much can. Alright, can't skip this until after we grab him by the neck. Can't skip this scene.
Save the world by turning the souls of humans into mantra. Was that the best you could think of? You and your worthless cause? How dare you make Mithra suffer for your own gain? Well,
So there's like a dodge cancel that leads into not really an infinite combo, but basically I'm going to be keeping Deus pinned down as much as I possibly can. So this sucks because he's like 100 miles away now. Okay, I actually got really, really lucky. Yeah, that particular QTE really does suck. Like, horribly, horribly bad. On easy mode, what you would do is you would just tank all 3 hits because it's way faster, and it gives you enough height that if you hold the attack button and do the dive kick, right, then you get almost all of the distance down. No, I'm trying to remember where exactly that line is, though, in comparison. I think that might be the Chakra Vartan fight in Part 4, actually. Come on. Sometimes it's frustrating how long it takes to skip some of this shit. And we're officially 14 minutes ahead. Now we're getting into time save that is definitely Series X range. Like I said, it's the worst part about doing this run is that buzzing noise of the game saying no, you no can skip yet. So here we have all the meter that we need to burst, but we're not where the bursting takes place yet. Dodging is for scrubs. Scrubs that want to lose a shitload of time. I keep on forgetting left first. Now it's right. Come on. Oh wow, that was extremely slow. Here's the only mash Y in the game. So this QTE coming up is so fucking lagged to hell on the 360 that it's almost not possible to do it. Like this texture that's on these giant hands, it just completely just puts the 360 over its knee. Because of that, the fastest possible, like, press A speed you can muster is only barely good enough. So that thing is supposed to attack me, but I wasn't interested in giving it time to do that.
What is this place?
This is the reactor that turns the souls into mantra. If we destroy it,
Honestly though, Cosmic, like, I really love that about Asura in this game, is that, like, his motivation isn't, like, aspirational so much as it's just, like,
deity's source
Father of the Year type shit. Like, I don't really care about saving the world or all this other bullshit, but you made my daughter cry, so clearly I have to eviscerate you. I'm down. This is a plot line I can get behind. By the way, one of those targets I just hit isn't possible to hit on the 360 version, but for some reason on this version, if you do this, I keep on saying version. But if you do like a little dash in the corner, you can force it to lock on. So, these laser grids I mentioned earlier, they are supposed to appear at a certain distance in front of the player, obviously to give you a chance to see where the grid is going to be and dodge it in time. But on this console, the further we get along, the more close we're going to be to it as it spawns in, and that's not supposed to happen. Please throw projectile. That was sloppy. I didn't mean to do that, but whatever. Rude. Yes. Unfortunate. Just very bad RNG. Very, very bad RNG. Holy shit, dude. Come on, could you don't? What the fuck is this bullshit? This is horrible. Zoomy zoom. What a fucking dumpster heap of a fight. So the third phase has an alarmingly easy, super ultra consistent method to do it, but there is a faster method which I wouldn't bother doing on the 360. Actually have a moment to take a drink, because can't skip this shit. Some of this stuff, I'm glad you can't skip, because like some of these scenes are still, like, they still hit.
Must suffer before you are satisfied. As many as it takes to save the world. Enough! She cries because she knows of the world's suffering. Once my world is liberated of the Goma, I shall cease all the cries. Suffer until then.
Gotta love the top spin he put on that. Bullshit. Stop it. Come on. So that's more or less the end of the episode. I'm just waiting for all the cutscenes to go away. Yo, sub 155 pace. It might stay that way, who knows? We shall see. So, part of this free fall section I actually think is pretty good. Because you actually have to know how to combat in these circumstances. And how to, like, balance out where you're throwing your damage. Well, the first segment of it is just you building up meter for free. I don't know why I felt like doing those accurately. I almost completely lost my mind and did that dodge. Oh hey, I didn't even push the button that time. By the way, the dialogue there isn't meant to be quiet, but imperfect recreation of the gameplay runtime, I guess. Oh, there's audio options on the Xbox One and the Series consoles that, like the default option, for instance, you don't hear the dialogue at all. Or I say that there are certain lines of dialogue that you hear, the rest of them are mute. For some reason. It's like the 5.1, 7.1 Dolby Digital or Surround or whatever the hell. So there's definitely some audio issues. Welcome to the worst form of Asura. It looks really impressive. It is bad. We'll see why soon. So it's worth noting that Unlimited mode, unlike using the God Hand or like Double Trigger or whatever, it doesn't actually make you do more damage. It just, in some cases, certain fights, it makes you more or less impervious. And depending on what attack you're talking about, it makes that attack not able to stagger you. And that was the real point of what I was doing just now. I just wanted to not have any interruptions. But like in some fights, it doesn't even negate damage. Like the Saya Asura fight. Come on. Yeah, it's very strange. There's some places where it negates damage entirely, some places where it reduces damage, and then some places where it doesn't reduce damage at all. Maybe. At the very least, a low 150. I unlimited moded too soon. No. No. No! You're kidding! Okay, well it's still a sub 154. A very messy 154. I'm sure that at least 2.5 more minutes could be shaved off of this with decent gameplay. But like a sub 150, I mean, we'll see. The trouble is that this final, like, set of QTEs is pretty chonky. It's a whole ass minute. Yee. What the hell did it split on? Oh, well, I mean, it doesn't matter, but my auto splitter apparently had a final image in there somewhere. Oh, no, I know what happened. I know what happened. It's fine. I love my giant fucking mug. And I mean, note that this is my time after having not really played. I haven't practiced. This is just me coming back to it to slap down the free world record thing. Movie Tavern Tankard. I'm pretty sure that this is more or less the same thing that you would get at Movie Tavern, but like, here, let me see. There's,
Let us go.
I don't know. I got this at a thrift store.
Right.
A lot of companies use the exact same design.
Mithra.
Yeah, my last PB in this game was on hard mode, and it was, like, I literally did that run just to show a certain somebody the run. And unfortunately, she's in chat for, like, the entire run. So, like, I don't even like thinking about that run, so we're definitely going to slap that one down in the near future. So I can delete that footage and never think of it again. But you know what, like, the absolute worst thing about that is in my God Hand Hard New Game Kick Me sign run, right at the end, she gets mentioned. But I think it's after the final blow, so I guess I could probably just, like, chop that portion off. Oh, I could still beat that run with the 360. Deliver us from red splits. You know what's weird is that when playing this game on the Series X, every so often the autosave between stages will just hang for like 8 seconds. I wish that you could just turn the damn autosave off. I don't have any need for it. It's not saving anything new. I have the maximum rank on every episode already. All of the achievements are done. Literally nothing is being added. I think it would make sense to me if it would only trigger an autosave if I like beat my high score on that stage, but that's definitely not happening during a speedrun. Yo, Hades. It's been a little bit since I've touched some Hades. Unfortunately, my monitor here doesn't like Hades, so I don't tend to stream it. But yas, enjoy your snack slurk in Hades. One of these days I really should learn how to fight Charon, but I've like only attempted him twice ever, and I found that fight to be utterly unentertaining. But then again, I've also only been able to find the trigger for the fight in the first area, and that's got to be the worst possible way to do it, right? I'm sure that there is a trigger for it in the later areas because I can see where they would put the bag of money. But yeah, you know what sucks? Like, okay, Cosmic, I told you before that I had, like, ducked out of the Blood Rain 2 thing. But, like, I feel like the emotional damage from that relationship is completely gone. Because, like, two major things. I can listen to the Aussie accent without flinching. So that's gone. And I've actually started practicing Blood Rain 2 for speedruns again. Now here's the downside. Remember I told you that there were 9 skips that I had found that had never gotten communicated and I never used them in runs? I also don't remember what they were anymore. I remember all the ones that I ever actively used in runs. If I used it in a run ever, I remember it just fine. I don't remember the ones I never used in runs. And it sucks so bad because, like, I'm going through the game being, like, super frustrated because I can't even remember where they were. Because there's so many goddamn skips in the game that I don't even remember where they were. Like, there's one that I remember, but that's been discovered independently of me as well. So, okay, so there's 8 more that I had discovered that I don't remember where they are. But yeah, I'll go through the game testing, like, you know, touching random objects and seeing if I can trigger stuff again, because that's usually what a game like that is. God damn. So that's like a 16, almost 17-minute improvement over that guy. And it's weird because, like, he messaged me a long time ago asking if it was okay for him to do runs on the Series S. And here's my, like, thought process behind it. It's an official way to play the game, so I don't have any right to say that it's invalid. But, like, I did think it was funny that the time that he came up with was easily beatable on a 360. I mean, possibly. Like, when it comes to, like, emulation, that's usually where I draw the line at when should emulation be acceptable when the emulator is not particularly close to being perfect. Because, like, the NES, SNES, Genesis era, all of those emulators are so fucking close to original that there's no reason really to question them, I think. Yeah, I'm on the Series X. But, like, for PCSX2, like, that thing is so far away from accurate that the only reason that I think that you should accept emulated runs on something like that is if it's borderline impossible to have a legitimate copy. But, like, even in that case, you could just do the hard drive setup on the PS2. That's still very accessible. It's a pain in the ass to put it all together. But, I mean, once you got it, I'd argue that's more accessible than getting a legit copy of God Hand. But, yo, Cosmic, you really do need to fucking put together the hard drive setup, bro. If nothing else, like, think about it this way. Your PlayStation 2 has a shelf life, and it will eventually die. But you can extend the fuck out of that shelf life by putting together the hard drive setup. And when you consider that, like, my PlayStation 2, without the hard drive setup, was dead 9 years ago. The disk drive stopped functioning 9 years ago. So it would have been fucking scrapped almost a decade beyond. But it's still here, working just fine. Yeah, I mean, if you need, like, hints and tips on what to get and, like, where to get it, like, I can find you stuff. And I can help you go through the process. Because I know that, like, it's here somewhere. So, like, one of the ways that people install free memory card boot is they'll actually use the USB dongle that the PS3 used to have a billion years ago so that you could load the PlayStation 2 memory card on the PS3. And so people will use that to install free memory card boot. So I could mail you a memory card that's got it installed because I actually I randomly ran into that dongle in Texas at Game Over Games in Arlington. Dude, a fat PS2 is not hard to acquire. It's like $30. I mean, if you get real unlucky, it's like, I think the max that you're gonna pay is $70. Then again, I don't know what retro game store prices look like in Jersey. God, I fucking love this game. It's so pretty. Oh, right, I mean, okay, but... So you're in Delaware, but I mean, come on. We're gonna pretend that that's gonna be a whole hell of a lot different. At least you're not in New York. How does the retro game store market look like out there? Do you got a really nice selection of stores? Because, like, here in Washington, dude, like, you toss a rock in a random direction, there's a pretty decent chance you're gonna hit a retro game store somewhere. We don't have a lot of them. That's fair. Delaware is not big enough to have a lot of anything. But I guess relative to its size. Here there's more retro game stores than there are GameStops. Like, if you put GameStops and Walmarts together, there's still more retro game stores. Hey, fair enough. Anyway, I think I'm gonna call it there and relax. What time is it, bro? It's fucking 5:40. Wait, what? Oh shit, my lady is on the way home. So this is actually good timing. Y'all have a good day. Night. Evening, whatever this is where you are. Bye.